In the count. The swing arm now coming back as our countdown continues.
Good afternoon, everybody. Happy holidays. Happy New Year. I'm finishing up watching Adam, who is over doing his thing. If you haven't yet, folks, and you're watching this and not watching him for whatever reason, you need to go check out the highly articulated channel. You can't see that, but I'm going to put it in the chat and I'm going to put it in the links. The links, by the way, you can access down in this QR code right here and in the banner that is going to start moving. If I can use my X powers, come on. Oh, it did it right there. So check out Adam, highly articulated. That's him. He's waving. I'm going to pretend that I'm him. He's saying things about space zombies because he's letting folks know what's going to be happening soon. So go check out Adam. I think he's either a couple away from 1,000 or is 977. Come on, folks. We got to get him to 1,000. So if you're watching this, please head over to Highly Articulated. And in fact, I think I already dropped it in this chat. So check that out. Adam's a great dude. He's the homie, the AWOC homie. And yes, speaking of homies, hello to everybody who's joined me over here on the Brick Something channel today on a wonderful Sunday, December 28th, 2025. We go live 3:45 p.m. Pacific, 6:45 Eastern. I'm solo today, folks. I am my own guest. I was kind of BSing last week. I was like, I can't tell you who the guest is because it's just me. Womp, womp, womp. But no, it's the year end, man. It's the end of the year. 2025. Goodbye. And I'm really ready for 2026. And, I jest about this, but I will say, as far as toys go, it was not a bad year at all, which is what we do here. We talk needless ephemera, nerdy things, mostly around action figures. And 2025 was a stacked year. As I was saying, I was watching Adam earlier, and he was reminding me about like this thing being one of the things that we got in 2025. This absolute piece of art that exists as a toy for people to buy. This is the Cyberzoic Arctic Dragon, aka Kuraokami. When I got this thing this year, head hurt from all the exploding neurons and whatever. I think that's the thing that happened. And just what I can do with it, how gorgeous it looks. It's one of the largest things in my collection, and I probably can never get much larger than this, like say a Beathir, because at least this one I can hold with one hand. But like I said, 2025. Also in 2025. Here, I'm just grabbing the things that are around here. I believe, this came. The character packs for these, so Dragons Abound. I want to say, did the Armies of Ashmore? Yeah, I believe. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure they did. Armies of Ashmore delivered in 2025. And then I guess things like the Mouse King arrived. So anyways, you get the idea. 2025 was a good year. I mean, I'm still getting the stuff. I showed off on Monday on the collection Nexus, like these two that I've been playing with recently. Gold Hilder and Sylvanas from World of Warcraft. Man, they just keep coming in. And folks, like I said, it doesn't stop. Today, I was away traveling, hanging out with my family, including my brother, who folks know. down in Southern California. And while I was away, something got delivered. I got 2 figs delivered. The human muscle model, the human body. Very cool. This one's going to replace my Figma museum guy because that thing is awesome, but it's small and kind of falls apart. This is where toys meet science. Yeah, pose, learn, fully articulated. That looks weird backwards. And this is by, who is this by? I don't know who it's by. Playtime, I guess, is the name. But yeah, it looks great. I will be able to tell you sooner when I open it up. Sorry, I just saw a typo on here. My brain can't not process that. It's supposed to be caution, but it's caution with a Y. But anyway, I'm looking forward to this. Also in that box, many toys. This thing. Like, look at that. The head on the box is like the size of my head. And there's 2. So really looking forward to opening this guy up. That's what we're dealing with. So yeah, the toys just keep coming. So anyway, today it's going to be me solo, tell you a little bit about sort of the 2025 year-end wrap-up, a little bit of year-end review, a little bit about what happened during the holidays. Gifts, I guess. I got a very few gifts because I tend to give myself gifts all throughout the year. But my brother, who's a fellow nerdy toy collector, he knows what's up. So he hooks me up with toy-related stuff. So I'll share some of that. But I want to say hello to all the friends who are joining us today. But on top of that, if folks who are here watching right now, or even on the replay, tell me what you all got over the holiday. If you got anything, if you do that, what would you get? I am actually curious what people are getting in their last month on December, trying to cram in those toys. So let me know what you all got, and I'll talk a little bit about what I got. And after I say hello, because Blake knows what's up. Santa, hail Santa. I hope Santa brought you all some amazing toys. Oh, Collection Nexus is first. I should have put that first. My bad, Ronald. And then Blake said this. What's up, Ronald? Good to see you. Josh Brown Toys, doing some more fam time. Great. You do that. So he'll be on Replay Crew. You do that, Josh. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope your kiddo was showered with gifts. Jordan from Canada. Happy holidays, Brick and all. Always a pleasure to be here. A new year of great toys is coming, 2026. Again, if 2026 is anything like 2025, man, our shelves are going to be happy and full. And if you missed this, I was watching the Highly Articulated stream. He is 23 away, or at least when I started the stream, away from 1,000. If you'd consider heading over there and subscribing, that would be dope. At the very end of his stream, which overlapped with this one, that's why I was a little late. Sorry. He showed some new images of some new color treatments for their Space Zombies figures. They're figuring things out, and they'll be back. The TNT will be coming back with Space Zombies from Mars in 2026. So look out for that. We got E. McNeil. What's going on, E? Good to see you. One of the many awesome people who's been able to hang out with me on the Brick Something News. Ray Black, what's going on? 1938. I know you weren't born in 38, but what's up? Larry is here. Also been on the channel. Good to see you. Mr. Ryan Clark. Awesome to see you, man. Andrew Gady's Toys. Oh, hello. Let's see. Genma Sinopa. I agree. Kuraokami is amazing. It's an amazing toy. This guy. Oh, for sure. I was distracted too, man. I was over there. What's up, Thanos? Good to see you. I was over there checking out the stream too. And yes, like you, 5K has been slamming you. Sorry, 5K has been slamming me lately, says the Thanos Copter. What did you get, Thanos? I know you got Hilder. You probably got Sylvanas. Did you also get this? Or you probably got everything I did. I think we're buying the same toys. We should just share and save a lot of money. No, that would be communism. Hey, what's up, Chris Bouchard? Good to see you, man. Hey, Mikey, Figure Report. Good to see you. Got to get Mikey on this in 2026. Got to get everybody on this in 2026. Chris Bouchard, come on, man. Join me. I got Rowdy Riles in at the end of the year in 2025. She was awesome. Go check that out. That was last weekend. Definitely check that out. This guy, Blake, got the blue one last week. He's gonna get the other one. That good, huh? Did you order the tan after you saw the blue or what? Let me know. This guy, speaking of, again, go over there. Hopefully you're getting some subs. Highly Articulated, go watch it. He got a bunch of Hasbro stuff coming this week. What are we talking? Legends, Classified, Do Tell, plus some AWOC samples. What's AWOC again? Tell me all about it. Red Exomac is here. What's up, man? Good to see you. Game Quest DQ1. What's up, Game Quest? Evening, Merry Christmas / Happy New Year's to all. That's right. How many 3 more days or so in 2026? Yeah, I've got big plans for New Year's Eve. Despite what people are saying about Stranger Things, which we watched on Christmas Day, we enjoyed it for the most part. The hotel room had that crappy feature on the TV on, so it looked like a really bad telenovela, or like, and it totally took me out. But generally, I enjoyed it. New Year's Eve, we are going to go check it out in a theater, not too far from here. I think I clocked it at like a 7-8 minute drive from here, actually. So that's what we're doing New Year's Eve. What are you all doing? Spaded One McDysentery is here, spreading McDysentery. Muck Dysentery. It comes in a little cardboard thing, has toys in it with his dysentery. What's up, Figure Report? Hello again. Just opened and reviewed the HasLab Ectomobile, which is awesome, and I'm in absolute love. I love Ghostbusters. I have not sort of a part of my modern collecting, but I'm so glad that they're doing stuff, man. For the longest time, there was nothing, and then we got a bunch of stuff, and it was like varied from like stuff that was bringing back older toys, like the old Kenner stuff, kind of brought back the stuff that we needed to finish up. We got stuff for the new movie, and now we're getting like these pretty awesome collectibles like that Ectomobile. Good stuff. Repas, what's going on? 2947, what's up? Were there 2,946 other Ray passes before you? Because that always trips me out. Oh, that's right. Yeah, we got all the same toys except for Grom Hellscream. That's all you, buddy. But yes, we're right there with Sylvanas the Ogre and the Azure Lion. 52 toys. Maybe you meant the Xenomorph? Hey, Derek Hoover, what's going on, man? See, Jay put that in my head. What's up, Derek Hoover? I hope you had a great holiday, man. And I hope you're staying warm out there on the East Coast. Holy snap. What's up, Solo Sinner, with a $69.99 Canadian super chat. Thank you so much, man. That's like the best. That's a great holiday gift, man. I was going to start pulling up my pant legs to show you the 68 on the back of my calves, but no, that's a little too weird. But thank you very much for the $69.99, 1 penny away from 70. I appreciate you so much. Solo Sinner says, hey, Brick, a little something to take a bit of the sting out of your Dawn of Discovery pre-order. Thanks for all your content this year. Solo Sinner, I appreciate that. Thank you for that. We'll talk about that. But yes, I might not actually do an all-in this time. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to do an all-in. And in fact, I think you truly are going to essentially be covering my fig. So thank you very much, Solo Sinner. I appreciate you, man. That is really, really generous and super cool. And thank you for shouting out the content, because yeah, it takes some work, but it's good work. Get to hang out with good folks. Chris Bouchard bought some 94 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Super Mutant Shredder, Bebop, and Rocksteady, a Transformer Dropkick and Vortex. Ooh, put a pin in that. I don't know those two, but I've got some Transformers on my mind too. Awesome. Mattel 2000X Skeletor. Oh, Mondo. Mondo, or maybe the Origins ones. Let me know. And Lobo / the Mask comic series. What? Is that a crossover? Sorry, stream stops. I must know what this is. Lobo the Mask. Oh, from '97. I guess I never saw that, but oh man, that is so '90s. That cover is dope. Oh wow, cool. Love that. You go with your old comics, man. I had a great time. Rowdy Rouse. Thank you. And Rowdy helped me like burn through some of the ephemera that's been piling up, and I still had leftovers. So we'll cover some of that today, and what I'm hoping will be a lightning round of ephemera, a speed run, if you will. Oh, Larry, I would love that, man. That'd be awesome. 2026. Recon Rage. Blake is saying, yes, I ordered the blue first and was very happy. Hell yes. I've seen nothing but good things. I wonder if this thing can sneak onto my top 10 list, which I'm not making any promises about. For those of you who notice, I skipped 24 completely. But I might do a 2025 list or some way, shape, or form. But a lot of my recent stuff has creeped up in it. And I swear it's not recency bias. And I feel like a little bit of a sucker if I throw this in at the end. But this is a good candidate just because it's so different. I tend to do my top 10 lists. I try to keep it sort of, I guess, a little bit of Dan Larson rules in that I like variety. Yeah, like I don't want to have 10 AWOC figures or Legions figures. But also I like variety in shapes and sizes. So having a big dude with 2 heads, I'm really curious to see. We'll see. Okay. Who else? He says, I'm waiting for all the recordings to upload. I'm in the studio watching. You in the same studio? No, I don't know how that's working, but I don't know what that's about. But yes, full disclosure, we share studios, so we save money around here. Top 10 lists incoming. Like I said, I don't know, but for the folks who are here, I would love to see your top 10s and I'll drop them in. Blake's with me on the Stranger Things. Cool. We're there. Solidarity. Bring in 2026. Thank you, Mr. Ryan Clark. I'm enjoying this season of Stranger Things, but I do have issues with the writing. It feels like in 2025, there are 2 things happening. One, I think people are getting both hyper conscious about ending things well as audiences being hypercritical about endings. So it's a weird thing. I think those 2 things mixed with, it's true. Like, I have some writer friends and I'm reading pieces all about the fact that our inability to stay off our phones and not multitask like I was doing earlier when I started the stream and was showing you Adam's stream is actually changing how screenwriters write, and they're working that in. And there's a lot of seemingly extra exposition, more than usual. And sometimes now folks are saying you need to remind the audience of this because they might have missed it. And it's kind of obnoxious. And if that's your issue, I might be right there with you. If it's not, it's something that I noticed. Hell yes. Mondo Ghostbusters. Okay, right. Yeah, Ghostbusters had a hiatus, but it's been strong the last number of years with the new movies and all, for sure. Yes, Thanos got that beautiful xenomorph. That didn't make my top 10. Or at least the top 10 that I'm working with in my head. And I'll tell you why, since you asked. Honey Badger 2000, Major Blood. I think it's dope. I think the sculpt is absolutely amazing. The main thing that sort of is keeping this off the list, which is probably nitpicky because there's so many other great things about this. I don't know. I may rethink that. Like, I love this see-through thing going on here, and you can see the paint. Yoshi, who is a dope sculptor who redesigned this, who like is the brain behind this look of a xenomorph. Brilliant dude, but you can't really turn its head. It's got these two veiny, pipey things, and Thanos and whoever else has it. I don't know if you have it yourself, Honey Badger. See these little veiny things? They're connected to the back of the jaw and then connects to its back. And it actually keeps it from turning. And I think that's pretty odd and whack, to the point where I was wondering, is this something that I'm missing? Can I just take these things off? Because part of me wants to just cut it off so I can get dynamic head movement, because it's there. Like, there's a joint up here. I want to say it's a ball. And then there's at the neck, there's movement. So let me know what I'm missing. That said, if that doesn't bother you, it's fantastic. Comes with some great pieces. The box is excellent. Can do this. I mean, come on, that pose. So yeah, that's what I think. Hey, I still haven't gotten through everybody. Nolan, what's going on? Good to see you. Allison, always great to see you. Let's see. There you go. See, I think we're on the same page. Danos is saying he wishes the head was a little more articulated. Paul Morales, 1976, like me. What's up, man? Are we ready for our 50th? Oh, crap. That's right. 2026 is going to be mine and Paul's 50th trip around El Sol, the sun. That's a trip. So there, half a century. Let's see, who else am I missing? This guy, awesome to hang out with this guy too. A couple weeks back, Hilder, a bunch of throwback legends, Mirage Leo, and Jada Shaggy were my pickups this month. Isn't that crazy? We're getting like all sorts of really great toys right at the end. It's crazy. How many Batman have you gotten? Because this guy, what's up, Bat Force Grumps? Good to see you, man. Bat Force Grump singular. I never noticed that. What's up, Grumps? Good to see you. Ryan Clark. Hell yes, of course, 2026. This guy. I feel like 2025, I have not seen enough of you, Paynes. Aaron Paynes Toy Samples. Taking a little bit of a hiatus, but hopefully he'll be back soon. Great to see you around these parts, sir. Really good to see you. We've got Rick Jones, 8005, again, because there are 8004 other Rick Jones with that handle. Let's see. All sorts of awesome folks. Mike has no interest in season 5, but happy for those who are into. Thank you for being happy for me. Curious why that is. Just have you just kind of done with where it's at? And yes, it absolutely takes yoga classes, as it should. As a xenomorph, it has to, like, chase you and be flexible and all that stuff. Look at Rick Jones over here. Let's highlight Rick Jones. Rick Jones is a madly talented dude, and I have a feeling he's talking about traditional sculpting as well. What's up, Rick? Rick is saying sculpting a full xenomorph is a big job. He's tried it. Let's see. You've got a lot more articulation out of it with heat and shock oil. I can move mine, no problem. It's just that head connection thing that's a little weird. Am I getting to the end? Yeah, it's your toy. You can cut it off if you want to. Sorry. It's my party. I'd have to get a second one before I can modify one. Hey, Coda's back. Coda, good to see you, man. Yes, I told my brother about that. I was like, oh my God, there's a Coda. Because that's my son's name. The big 5-0, half a century. Yes, we are, sir. JMax77. Congrats to you on your 49th year around the sun. But me and Paul over here are talking about our 50th. What's up, man? Old folks, love it. Mint with Card is here. Good evening. Hello. Let's see. Got it. It's the Mattel. Those are cool too. And yeah, I think that's everybody. Thank you so much for bearing with me on that. And thank you to everybody who's watching, man. That's dope. Thank you. Today is solo dolo, me, myself, and I. De La Soul. Me, myself, and I today. No guest. Kind of want to do a little bit of a year-end review. Already sort of started showing you some of the toys that have been dropping. Let me go on and talk about the holidays. I, as you can probably tell, buy a lot of my own gifts. I am my own Santa. Hail Santa. But my brother is a big old nerd like me. He was the first collector I ever met. In fact, when I came onto this earth about 50 years ago now, holy crap, in August, I inherited his toys. I probably pissed him off, but yeah, I became conscious in a world that had a Kenner collection, a few odds and ends Shogun Warrior stuff, and what else? Some Buck Rogers and a bunch of cool odds and ends, Amigos. And so he was the first collector, and he gets me still today. So he is one of the few people who still like buys me holiday gifts that are toy related. So I don't know if folks are familiar with this. I was not, but Ted found Star Days 80. He says he found it on IG, and it's a sort of it's essentially a zine, right? That does a little bit of, I mean, it's the nostalgic trip of our childhoods. I mean, even so much so that I can tell you, like, oh yeah, I had that Nintendo Power issue, or like I could go through this and probably name most of it. But it does a lot of sort of reprinting some stuff, showing us some, you know, some old goodness from old toy ads and commercials, and then mixed in, and shout out to all the folks involved. Jason Young, Mike Zarnock, and Chris It's not that I can't read it. It's backwards on my screen. Boroensa? Oh, sorry. Bordenka. Bordensa? But they do a bunch of cool little tiny write-ups, and kind of like we'll tell you about what this stuff is, and then also include like some of these favorite moments from your childhood. Like Ted and I have that like Sears only cardboard Cobra base thing with the missile. Oh, so yeah, so he knows what's up. Nice. Hey, happy early birthday, Bouchard. But yeah, it's got stuff from the old Wish books. Hell yeah, Coda. Shogun Warriors are my jam, man. So much so that I had to get that Skeletor too. But yeah, this stuff is great, man. You just pour through this, and I've already had a blast looking through that. And then there were kind of these additional things. So there's like this is a full-on straight reprint of a Toys R Us from 1987. So you can sit there, you know, on the floor, usually with my knees up, swinging, looking at this stuff. Me and Ted, or me and our cousin Gil, would look through and go like, oh, what do you want? What do you want? Oh man, I wish I had that. You could buy Motu figures for $2.96. Yeah, that's unfair. Thundercats Tongueosaurus. Check this out. That where is it? There it is. That thing right there. Cool weirdo thing. I don't even know. I don't think that was released, but you all can tell me. Man, there's all sorts of stuff going on in here. Some Teddy Ruxpin or whatever. This stuff, I wish, you know, this is one of those things where I just had to find a friend who had it and play with this kind of stuff, because it's not something that Ted and I were essentially allowed to get with all the other crap we were getting. But do you remember this? Man, when I saw that on the commercial back in the day of the cars go up vertically. Science, magic, wizardry. Things only a Sith know. And then what do we got? Oh yeah, this is dope. This painting. Check that out, man. What does it say? Toy Chest by Chris Bordenka. I'm gonna try. I don't know. Italian or Portuguese? Bordenka? I don't know. My bad. But check it out, man. Look at that pile of toys. That's like, you know, that's the kid who didn't have an older collector brother saying, don't just throw them in the box. But yeah, this is like piled up in the toy box. Great painting, man. Love it. Love it. So that was dope. That was from my brother. In addition, I knew about this thing. This I knew he got for me. I actually asked for it because I was like, oh, I'm intrigued by it. He's bigger, but he's been sitting on it for a while because I knew he was going to paint it. So this actually, you can't really tell at all. But I pulled it out, looked at it on our car ride to the family while we were in Southern California. And dude, he custom painted everything, like head to toe. There isn't a piece of this that doesn't have paint. It's like a Mythic Legions figure now. Essentially with like all sorts of shading around the muscles and the body and the armor and the wings especially, and the tentacles pop now too. So this is my custom painted Nemesis Immortal. And this is my jam because of our G.I. Joe collection. I was the Cobra Law guy, the Cobra Law 3-pack guy. My brother was too cool for that kind of stuff. I was all about the demons and the snake people. And I also got the Sergeant Slaughter 3-pack because Ted's boring like that. So, but anyway, thank you to Ted. In addition, Ted is my brother. If you haven't seen it, go check him out on the channel. There's one thing I need to show, and I can't find it. Hold on. Scanning the room. Scanning. Where are you? Oh, duh. That'll be right in front of my face. I went shopping in the Imaginary Action studio / factory, and I got to pick out stuff for me. If you can see, those light up lights. So I brought home a bunch of cool ish, thanks to Ted, and I almost dropped it because that's what little brothers do. So I got 2 of these to do kind of like, a symmetrical thing, but then I also got, the Hail Santa version also lights up. ImaginaryAction.com, folks, for all your satanic candelabra needs. Go there. Imaginary Action. Who else can say, if you own one of these things, that's what they look like when they're shipped out to you. That's Imaginary Action at ImaginaryAction.com. My brother Ted is an Imagineer. He's a Disney executive Imagineer. So, I mean, come on. When are you going to get stuff for your toy photos as designed, conceived, and executed by a Imagineer? Oh, man. Thank you, Thanos. Freaking wild. Look at this stuff. This lights up too, but I haven't pulled out the little sticker on the battery, so I can't show you. But super, super duper smart stuff. Yeah, that's under the couch. But there's that. Light goes in, knife goes in, guts come out. Sucker. See what concern. Sorry. Yes. Great stuff. Imaginary Action. And then I also got some torches. So these are all part of my holiday swag. So happy holidays to me. What does this say? It says, oh, LED light instructions. Yes. But Imaginary Action Studios giving you that nostalgic, I don't know, a little bit of Kenner, a little bit of Hasbro, a little bit of LJN vibes. I've got this one that's more of like the dwarf style. And I got the little skeleton one. So ImaginaryAction.com, folks. Thank you, Thanos. Good stuff. If you're a toy photographer, this super photogenic stuff. And that is it. All right. So that was my holidays. On top of that, Ted, as I mentioned, works for the mouse. And so I got to visit the House of Mouse. We do it every year. We went to Disneyland 2 days ago. Yeah, the 26th. Rainy day in Southern California. People losing their minds, and a lot of them stayed home. So thank you. Because, man, we were walking on to Rise, got on there 4 or 5 times. 2 of those times we walked straight in. And I have video of it. It doesn't, not gonna make the time to share, but it was dope. Had a great time on the trip. Me and the fam, we do Disneyland. We're pretty hardcore. As my brother was freaking out, I was like, man, you guys are still there. He joined us for part of the day, for most of the day, and then we stayed till pretty late. That's us on the Falcon. But excellent trip. Yeah, I can't say enough about going to Disneyland, especially if you're lucky like I am to be able to have someone at least pay for the tickets. You know, we pay for the food, which isn't cheap, but man, it's such a wonderful place. If you're a toy fan, you feel like you are the action figure in the best designed playset / diorama ever. You ride vehicles that are like, yes, the whole fantasy of it, man. It's like hanging out with your toys. My only regret is that it was raining and unfortunately no characters, because I was hoping to see maybe a Mandalorian, Vimerati and some other things, but not the case. Anyway, that was our trip in a nutshell. We walked, I think, about 15 miles, my watch said, for 15 hours and 50 minutes. We walked from our hotel to the park, walked around for, 26,600 some steps. Walk home. It was awesome. So, anyway, it was fantastic. So, thank you for that. I hope everybody else had a good time this holiday. Let's check in with the chat. E has that cool zine. I think I saw that earlier. Let's see. Yes, like me, Coda used to circle the items on those catalogs and then leave it in the kitchen. Did that work? That work for you? That's awesome. I love this idea, Mikey. Hasbro Pulse should send out retro style magazines like that for their premium subscribers. That would be amazing. They really should embrace that old stuff, man. Like, I feel like so many of us collectors, especially like their market, right? It's like you're in it for the nostalgia. You're like, I'm buying Hasbro because I want Star Wars. I want G.I. Joe, right? Like, you're there for some of that stuff. So they should. Unfortunately, that did not work, but yes, I admire your gumption. Let's see. Yes, that custom painted Nemesis is dope. He's painted 2 figs for me so far. One of my Animal Warriors of the Kingdom has paint, and man, AWOC with some paint, it's like, slide him right in with Mythic Legions. The sculpt is like, just shines. Any chance my brother's coming to WonderCon? If I'm going, he will definitely go. I'm sure there's no doubt about that. And he'll also be at that Motuniverse with me is the plan. Yes, go check that out. Yes, go start fire. Absolutely great gifts, man. Yes, go, especially with your family, kids, going with kids. Our kids are now 12 and 14. We asked them in the car, hey guys, when we get to Disneyland, would you want to just like go off by yourselves? And they said, no, we want to be with you guys. It's more fun. Yes. Winning. Rain does add atmosphere. Oh, tell me about it, Blake. Yeah, I know. We can't drive in the rain. And that too, it smells and feels like LA, especially at night. And if you're particularly lucky, you'll see some cars flying. That's not a joke. It's kind of scary sometimes. Anyway, okay, so that was my year-end wrap-up. That took a while. Sorry, but thank you for listening. Let's talk a little bit about what happened on the channel in 2025. Ooh, I don't like that layout. See, my thing with the channel is that I'm a visual person, and I have needs, and things need to look a certain way. But anyways, okay. So the first thing I wanted to just kind of do a quick review of is like one of the main things that I do with the channel pretty consistently is the shorts. And, it's off and on. Sometimes I get bogged but the shorts have always been like, it's like my art project, if you will. Specifically, I call it the Cardback because it reminds me of an old school Cardback, right? Like you flip your toys open like this, right? Imagine these are the cross cells. You get to like sit there and look at all the cool figures that are coming out. But my thing is, you know, I wanna be able to document the toys that I was able to like get during this new phase of my collecting, my toy life crisis, if you will. And so I have been going through each one, and I've gone back too. So you'll see kind of a mix of newer pickups as well as ones I've missed, or like some older figures that I've been getting recently but hadn't done a short of. Like, you know, the case in point would be like this Masterverse Fisto right over here. Or, you know, some other odds and ends. So every now and then you'll see newer figures and older figures. But man, I am a sucker for this. Just like this stuff, right? Seeing these all in like laid out like a grid, you know, with the prices, whatever. This stuff reminds me of that. The Cardback or the cross sell or the newspaper flyer. And I just love seeing the figures in this way. I wish YouTube would let you control the thumbnail though, because I hate how like I'm looking at the back of the RZA right here. I think that's kind of whack right here. But come on, YouTube, stop sucking. But that said, it's cool, man. It's just like seeing, you know, and the back of that old classic, A Real American Hero Cardback. But you know, with the actual figs, not the cool paintings. But like A Real American Hero, right? There's that background of that orange explosion in the back. It's got my weirdo Dio purple wall thing that actually has lore. Maybe I'll share that with you someday. But it's all got that sort of same image, because this is the sort of like world that's going on in Brick Something's little collector world over here. And, you know, space is limited, so I love to do this and then bring a lot of my figs to their sort of permanent storage place, which is either in my classroom or somewhere else in a bin, and then swap them out on the shelves to kind of enjoy them. But it's got a bunch of stuff. So I've enjoyed doing these, and I look back at these like at the end of the year, and I look back at what I was able to upload. I'm like, oh, these are cool. And I enjoy them. And I gotta say, I started messing this year in 2025 with a little bit of like faux stop motion. Oh, not you. Come on, buddy. I was going for the Kurao Kami. Where are you? Where are you at? Arctic Dragon. You. I choose you. Now, is it actually going to play? Oh, it's being dumb. But that's not who I wanted. I wanted Arctic Dragon. Come on. Come on. Let's see if I can get this right. Okay, so these are all great. A bunch of Masterverse figures, some McFarlane, the occasional Marvel Legends, if I can work them into my thing. This thing. Oh, this is going to kill me, folks. I wanted to be able to show you specific figs, but I can't. Okay, so that said, I'm going to cheat it. All right, what I also wanted to do is show you a couple of the highlight figs that I like this year. This thing came in pretty recently. The Azure Lion by Fury Toys. Fantastic. Oh, I think I grabbed the image, the still image, not the come on. Open link. How about this? In new tab. You work with me there? All right. Fury Toys, Azure Lion. Fantastic figure. I have no idea what that little subtitle is. But it's the lyrics for probably whatever is playing. But man, this is a fantastic figure. It's huge. I think I showed it on the channel before, but the way it moves, I absolutely love it. We've got a couple of big lions coming our way, one from Four Horsemen, another one from NEWTAN. And I definitely think this one will stand on its own. That NEWTAN one is looking pretty damn good as well. So if you haven't checked these out, please check them out. Even, you know, my Masterverse aren't anything to sneeze at either, but this was a cool one that I added a Hordak MX head on. I think he looks pretty damn sharp. So you get, this is where I was talking about playing a little bit with the stop motion. It's totally fake stop motion, but it works. Not fake. It's choppy. It's, unrefined. It's DIY punk rock, straight edge hardcore is what it is. So there you go. He's got some cool He-Man stuff in there. The Xenomorph, for those of you who are wondering about him. But anyway, if you haven't checked these out, please do. I'll have the link in this thing. Come on, dude. At this URL after the show for sure. Or you can go check these out. But it's just a fun way for me to sit with my toys. It makes me actually like open them up and film them. I'm always filming my figures. Actually, I do the unboxing for like these supposed review videos that I'll never edit and turn into anything. And then after I sort of film the unboxing process, then I start messing with them in this way and kind of set them on the table and figure out a weird little narrative through movement. So cool stuff. My favorite part is like choosing the music, really, like, that the music side of me loves to kind of decide what's a good song for something, for example, and you won't be able to hear it, but I'm going to open it up anyways. For Koi, he's got one of my favorite Pixies songs, Wave of Mutilation, the UK surf remix. But he's got to put on his little necklace. There you go. And he's got to put on his armor, I guess, magically, and then start swimming and stuff. So 2025 was a good year for the shorts, I thought. I kind of, sometimes I'll hit waves of just, oh man, work is kicking my ass. But it was really cool to be able to get back to these and shoot a bunch of the figures as I open them up. So, and I know a lot of you have been awesome and you've been kind of commenting on them. Really, really, really appreciate it. It helps a lot. So yeah. Oh, got inspired to change the avatar. There you go. Cool. Oh, see, Allison, you got to teach me. You can control the thumbnail. So YouTube has its act together. It's just Brick who sucks. Still, I agree with you, Rick. It kind of does. But if you're smart like Allison, you can, do that. Nice. Seeing this on screen has inspired Adam to snap a pic of every toy I open in 2026 for reference. Yeah, man, it's pretty cool. I love seeing this grid. And I've got a bunch of content that I need to actually throw on Instagram. I keep forgetting to kind of dupe it over there. Oh, you're being silly, YouTube. Here you go. Open, link in new tab. This figure I got with Adam, actually, when we were at WonderCon. And I love this figure. Spoiler alert, he made my top 10. I think he's a really damn good figure. So see, they don't always have to be expensive figures to intrigue me. This thing is just really, really well put together. Great sculpt. I love the way he moves. Look at that. Great body, man. If I could get all my sort of half-naked dudes, muscly dudes to move the way he does, that would be great. Hey, Raceland, what's going on? I keep specific card backs because of the art. Yeah. These days, if I really like the art and I can't keep it, I'll take a picture of it. Just kind of the way I do. Hey, Rick, and thank you, man. I always watch your shorts. Interesting to hear the music clips. Yes, my favorite part. Absolutely my favorite part. Let's see. I was keeping notes to actually get a proper top 10. I love it. Check out this Dryptosaurus Cyberzoic. Good stuff in 2025, man. Lion Guy has amazing detail. Doku Moku Moku. Just realized I'll have all three lions. There you go. All three lions are going to be hanging out. You know what you need? You need a giant Dryptosaurus because Cyberzoic is sick. Let's see. Hey, No Chewing is here. What's going on, man? Thank you for stopping by. Thank you. I like the old school feel of the shorts as well. I know on Akuma. He looks great. This guy, that Koi figure looks pretty dope, and I got to get Sagat one of these days. Liquid Below Zero, one of the best follows on IG. You can subscribe to his thing. He'll give you all the news, actual news, not necessarily the needless ephemera that I give you, but a lot of overlap. I look to him and a couple of other key accounts because he knows where the good stuff is, the good shiz. But yeah, anyways, 2025, loved it. This helped me kind of look back to, like Adam was saying, go like, okay, yeah, cool. That figure was rad in 2025. That Ganesha was amazing. Those Savage Crucibles. And don't sleep on that Super 7 Rizza, because come on now, he's dope. Anyway, that's what I wanted to show you with that. As far as the channel, 2025 has been awesome for the Brick Something News. Essentially, I look back, let's see, where was I? This was December 29th show, 2024. So this is about a year ago tomorrow, and I was hanging out with Retrospect, Leland, Benoit Cat, customizer, super talented dude, out in New York City. But I started looking at that and I got really nostalgic, and I was like, damn, this was a good year. I got to hang out with some really cool folks, got to know folks. This was with Leland, who else was I hanging out with? J-Shot. I know everybody knows J-Shot because he's like everywhere on every stream forever and ever. And that's not a bad thing. Great dude. Hilarious. Hold on. Too big. Come on. What are we doing? 100. Fun fact. Too big in Tagalog means water. Okay. Where are we at? No, J-Shot. Hanging out with J-Shot was awesome. That was probably in January. And then, just all sorts of cool folks. Dre came through. Adam, the Cursed Dead, was the first sort of toy creator that came by in 2025 to talk to us about what he was offering. And of course, that's the Cursed Dead Kickstarter. This is also helping me kind of remember what happened in the year. I can't wait for those figures. That was really great. I went heavy into that line. Quip came through. Fun fact, after Quip was on this show, he got the call up from Jay from Geek Dad Life and was like, hey, come on, hang out, host the next week, I want to say, after we hung out here. And then pretty quickly after that, he became the permanent co-host of Geek Dad Live Sunday nights. D. Miller, dope co-host of A&R. Oh, is it the Geekly? I think is what they call him. But every Monday night out in Vancouver. Dope folks. This guy, Thanos, was here. Not going to go through everyone, sorry, but I just got to hang out with some really great folks. This is where we got Brutal Realm update. This guy, Adam and Arlen. Actually, it was just Adam who came through to my show. What's up with that, Arlen? Hater. No, but the Nameless Toy Company and Space Zombies was here 9 months ago, so that would have been March. Yep. Just good folks. Jeremy Gerard, Haxon House is another one I'm looking forward to. They haven't gone live yet with their action line. But if you're not super familiar with what I do here, I do cover a lot of the indie stuff. I do cover a lot of creators. So you will see a lot of these like creators coming on to talk about whether they're putting together a show like this, the Mythic Meetup on the West Coast, or putting out new toys like the Cursed Dead or Rise of the Fifth Sun or Space Zombies. Customizers come through. We got 796 up in here. That's what I do. And I like to highlight that. I also love to highlight other content creators that like I'm a fan of. So Ultrazilla came through. I love that dude. He hips me to a lot of like tokusatsu stuff and dinosaurs and kaiju stuff. So this guy, Recon Rage, who's organizing a show, the Pacific Northwest meetup in June. From the Realm dudes came through. It was a good year. There's my first time I think my brother, second time my brother came on, and I think eventually he kind of revealed that what he was doing with his thing. Cheney was here. Cat McKay talking stop motion action. Kevin toying around and on and on and on and on. Josh Brown Customs, love that guy. Sumya Das of the Legends of the Ramayan. So it was a good year. And what I really like about doing the news is that I can be super consistent and just do it every Sunday. There's, I think, I want to say it was like 62 episodes this year, including this one. That's because I've done a couple of extra episodes every now and then, or done some watch along streams for like reveals of Four Horsemen figures, which brings us to almost today. Wait, oh, I got to get Rowdy. Oh, there's E. Where's Rowdy? Oh, got to put you on the playlist. But that's that. So if you're watching this, you already know about the news, but maybe you're like, oh, I kind of got hip to it this year back in, I don't know, October. I had no idea he's been doing it this whole time. And you might be thinking, well, there's news and it's live, not worth rewatching the stuff. No, I would disagree humbly and say you really should go back and check out some of the other stuff, because we've got some creators talking about some great things. If you want to hear the skinny on like some Kickstarter figures or Kickstarter play sets, Diabolic was here. I like to ask the creators questions that I think are fairly good questions, some great discussion, and they share a lot. So I recommend you going through and checking it out if you haven't already. And yeah, go check out me and E. That was great. Man, he taught me some stuff. And he's going to have, we're talking about doing a couple of other great opportunities for me and E to get down and go deep on like some geeky stuff. So in 2026, so look out for that. Anywho, that was my look back at 2025. The channel's doing well. It's well enough for me. Like I'm happy where it's at. It's been just a great way for me to talk about the things that I want to talk about. Take a break from my job and the crazy ass world we live in, to talk toys, to hang out with you all here, and and meet some great folks. Yeah, like this one. You want to talk about a great artist, man. Quinn was on. Totally not like the toy thing focus. She does toy related fine art pieces, sculptures, kinetic sculptures, but she's just fantastic. I mean, she's doing stuff with Tank Girl. Anyways, lots of stuff to check out. Please do. That said, let's see what folks are saying in the chat. Mint with Card. It was a lot of fun to go through the figures I acquired this year and narrow it down to 10. Yes, the top 10 list. And what I just did there selfishly was a way to remind me of some of the figs. And yes, I rely on that kind of thing. Odious as well was a fantastic figure. Did that come out in 2025? No. Don't remember. Because, I'm unclear. But we got the new Kickstarter. And, I put in my pre-orders from BBTS for my Inuit. And the Ronin should be following soon. William Husted is saying, I love that you film toy openings. Personally, I like to make a bit of a party out of it. Yeah, it's super fun. And it's just, again, a great way for me to document. Because you know what? I lost way too many of the old toys back in the day. I think a lot of them are still in my brother's storage, but this way I have them all with me and it's on the internet. I'm sharing it with you all. Racelyn, be ready for Spiro Toys updates. Man, we are going to be getting some good stuff in 2026. I may have heard a thing. Amateur Hour. What's up, Sath? Good to see you. Thank you, Ryan. I love being exposed to new creators through this show. Yep, that's what's up. Pickle D, I need to have on here. Pickle D made me an awesome thing, and I haven't been able to highlight it very well because it's in my classroom, and I'm trying to figure out what to do. But I need to get an episode with you, Pickle. And Quinn was awesome. Okay, now for the rest of the show. Let's see. Okay, got some time. I'm going to speed run through some ephemera. So there's been a pile, like I said, of things that I've been wanting to cover but haven't gotten to cover. I'm going to set myself a timer here, and I'm going to go like, okay, I'm going to do like 30 seconds of just quick show and talk because I want to show you this stuff. It's going to be fast. And if you want links to whatever we see, follow that link that's going down there. It's going to show up right about now. bit.ly/Brick Something N.E.W.S. Capital B, capital S, capital News, and that QR code will take you there. Okay. So if you want to follow that after the show, the links will be live and you can see it all. First and foremost, starting the timer. Today is the final day to pre-order your Dawns of Discovery figures from Four Horsemen. It ends at 11 p.m. Eastern, which is now 7:48 p.m. at this point Eastern. So we got a couple more hours. I have not ordered yet. I don't think I will be able to do an all-in, even though that's usually how I like to roll. At least for the last couple of waves, I'm going to pick and choose. What am I going to pick and choose? Oh, I can't tell you because 30 seconds just went through. But hey, if you all are going to order, let me know what you're going to order. Moving on. Oh, crap. Okay, so I'm probably going to take more than 30 seconds. I wanted to cover this with Rowdy, but we were just going on and on. I didn't get to talk about it. Yolopark had shown their movie of all things, Bay vs. RC. I am a huge Yolopark fan, even though I've only handled a couple and actually only own one, the Megatron. I think they're fabulous. No, that's not true. I have some in boxes of TF1s. That said, this RC looks fantastic. And folks, if you haven't guessed, I like to get the women figs when I can, especially if they're dope. And getting RC, even this version of RC would be cool. So I'm looking at her. She does run a little bit smaller than I'd like, but she looks fantastic. She's available for pre-order now over at Yolopark. She is going to cost you $46. It is a kit, but man, these things are not like these are not the old model kits at all. These are snapped together like action figures, essentially. She moves really well, it looks like, based on the pictures, but hey, I ran out of time. Moving on, that's also got me looking at a Tarn. I didn't know who Tarn was. He's got the Decepticon symbol for his face, but this figure, man, looks fantastic. And he's nice and big. I think he'd be cool to hang out with my Megatron because he's like basically the penultimate Megatron fanboy, from my understanding. He's got the Decepticon logo on his head to prove that he's like super edgy Decepticon guy. He comes with this little buddy dude, which is like fine. It's a nice little throwback, but I think he just looks really cool. So I may be getting a Tarn. If you would like a Tarn, he is $60 American dollars. But I am moving on. Speed run. Okay, gonna need a little more time. Meant to talk about this with Rowdy. I put it on the thumbnail, and we didn't talk about it because of time. I'm in a dilemma, folks. Help me out. Ryan, stop looking at the time. Okay, so Karas, dope anime. Late 90s, I want to say, by the same folks, same studio who did Ghost in the Shell movie. Fantastic, cool story. There's a sort of like dude that protects every single city against the demons. That said, Storm Collectibles announced a while back that they were going to do this figure, and it looked great. But then Yolopark was like, no, we're going to do one too. So what you're looking at here is the Yolopark AMK Pro Series Karas by as filmed by Kitbash Custom. Shout out, because I posed this to him. I was like, dude, help me out. You've got both. Should I go with this Yolopark or the Storm Collectibles? These are like not real dilemmas. These are what we do in the first world. He said both, to be honest. Great. Thanks, dude. But then he went ahead and put this together, and I appreciated him for doing that. He threw that up, I think, the next day after that comment. And side by side, it didn't help me at all. I will tell you, I think I am leaning towards the Storm direction for a couple of different reasons. There's a little bit more movement. I actually really like the way the Yolopark looks, and I like to kind of support new companies. I mean, newer, I guess, like YOLO. Imagine this thing's a model. Yeah, the 30 seconds thing isn't gonna count. Come on, dude. Just go with it, Raypaz. Loosen that tie. But this is my dilemma, right? Where do I go with? He was kind enough to kind of show them to me side by side. They're super comparable. It's crazy. That said, I could pre-order the Yolopark one for $65, or I can just go and order it outright. I know it's $100. It's a significant chunk of cash, but I love Storm Collectibles. Unlike a lot of folks that in my circles, they're kind of over it. I love Storm. I think they move really well. The sculpts are beautiful. I like the feel, the squishiness, and all of that. So I think I am leaning towards this. I'm going to have to recover a couple months. I'm not expecting it to go anywhere. And the great part is if it does sell out at BBTS, then there's my answer. But then Storm says, hey, don't worry, we're getting the newer version of Karas from this sort of second movie. They split it in half. It was weird. But we're releasing that too. It's essentially, this is, I think, the predecessor, if I remember, from Otoha. Anyway, yeah, it is. It says predecessor. That's going to be cool. So there. That's what I have for you for the Storm. I don't know what folks think. He's like, and time. Let's see. Chris Bouchard got the new Yolopark Transformers 1D16 Megatron kit. That looks fantastic. Okay. All right. Liquid Below Zero saying I'm a sucker for the light up on the Yolopark. I'm kind of the opposite. It does light up. I'm the opposite. I love the light up stuff, but truth be told, am I turning them on all the time? Hey, what's up, Jonathan? Good to see you. Hedgehog Action. Congrats on the 100 episodes of Saturday Day Live. Go sub to Hedgehog Action on YouTube. Karas is a anime from the late 90s. It was a series that they released here in the States as 2 movies. It was really weird cut. Same studio that did Ghost in the Shell. So the Yolopark looks more fun. It definitely is a different version with the colors and everything. It doesn't quite move in the same way, although it does have a really nice sort of ab crunch. It comes with a cool cape, but it's like that thick carved plastic thing. So Thanos would go YOLO. You only live once. I'm leaning towards the Storm, but I'm taking your advice into consideration. So there you go. And Blake is pointing out when you do toy photography, the light up eyes are so dynamic. They are. We'll see. Like I said, it's not like there's a shortage of things to buy. Storm collectibles. So my 30 seconds thing is like way out of whack. We're like 7 minutes. Whatever. Dude, Cobra's old school anime goodness. I didn't see until college in the mid 90s. But it's so classic. The classic designs, storytelling, space bounty hunter. But that's way more than you need. Look at him. He's got cool hair. He's got a robot gun arm or a gun arm that he can hide, actually, and an all red outfit. Done. Come on, dude. Don't need anything more than that. Shout out to Mr. Lee for the video. This is another Storm Collectibles that I'm considering for 2026. I think he's probably available at BBTS. Maybe not quite yet, but he's been on pre-order for a while. There is the gun arm. So he's got this sort of like removable skin to kind of show the sort of gun underneath. And he smokes. Old school. Unfortunately, he now has COPD, but that's okay. But here it is on Storm. He looks dope. They posted this 3 days ago. It reminded me. They know that, they're like, hey, Brick, don't forget you're going to want this, so save your money. There you go. See? He knows because we're both old. So anyway, I think this fig is dope. But, we don't got time for all that. We need to move on, right? So let's go ahead and talk NEWTA. Let's talk about that lion, yo. This thing is fantastic. I love my Fury Toys lion. This has me wondering if I need 2 blue lions. This is a cyan lion, if you will. Because, man, they continue to make amazing toys. Shout out to the instructions, too. Look at that. Come on now. Telling me that I should be careful that this toy will bite my fingers. This thing looks amazing. I was looking at video of it the other day. I don't really care for trading cards, but come on, it's lenticular. How cool is that? But shout out to a Key Lion for always posting these things. There was a video where they highlighted the sort of articulation that we're going to see in here, I think, in a little bit. Again, dope instructions and cool little diode thing. Just gonna all the cool stuff you're gonna get. Ted, my brother, is getting this one, and I got the Fury Toys one. So there's a world where I don't get it and I just enjoy his. I love that they had to make an ass for the mermaid, but you do you, boo. This lion sculpt, it's a lot more on the sort of realistic side. It's absolutely gorgeous. If you don't know NEWTA, you need to get some NEWTA in your life. They make fantastic figures. They run a little bit on the smaller side. That said, this guy is a big old beast, so that's a non-issue for, if you're a Legions fan. And I get it. Sometimes people will look at NEWTA figs and they're like, oh, the heads are way too small compared to the rest of the stuff on my shelf. But this should be no problem. Look at that. Friends chilling in the living room. But the sculpt on this is amazing. I wish I had the video, friends, to show you the articulation, because wait, maybe it's in here somewhere. Let me see. Is this it? Is this? No, it's not. But the everything on this thing is absolutely amazing. Let's see if we can dig in one more. Maybe it's in here. No, it doesn't look like it. It's just him on his throne. But double knees. There's a thing in the elbow that allows for a little bit of squish so he can get up to this in a realistic way. I am torn. I have my Azure Lion. I love it by Fury Toys, but I am really, really tempted. So anyways, that's that. Let's talk about some other cool imports. Maestro Union hit the scene a year and a half ago with Veteran Williams. Took a lot of people by storm. That awesome werewolf. This thing has been on pre-order, the Shuten Doji, for a long time. It's basically a gigantic red Oni, Japanese demon in full-on like samurai-esque armor. Again, shout out to Aki Lion 07. There's the key art. Look at that. Damn. Oh, and thank you, Liquid Below Zero. The Dio, the chair, and all that with the mermaid lady, that's a separate purchase. This is the news, though. We don't do actual news. We do BS news. So, but yes, love the line you're with. Fair enough. Check this out, man. See, I will say, shout out to Maestro Union for this art, because Medi Toys is kind of sucking on their packaging. They're doing some really weird photo effects on it. That's ugly. The Fury Toys looks like it has some AI bits in it. But this is all beautifully like custom bespoke art. Bespoke, I emphasize that word, for this figure. Look at that, man. That is killer. So shout out to them. Here it is. That figure right there on the left is my most awaited 2026 figure. This guy already has his. I'm jealous, man. But I really, really want that figure. And he's been telling me it's fantastic. I know it's going to be great. That's the Dark Crown Burning Souls figure. I've got the deluxe on order. That said, that means this guy's got to be about like 10 inches or maybe even a little taller. He's big. So this is the figure in question by Maestro Union. It's definitely got like its art direction that feels it almost feels like a watercolor painting, like a Chinese watercolor painting, but of a Japanese demon. But it's pretty cool. It is finally showing up, which is why it's here. It's actually in stock at $5K right now. If you are so interested, I want to say it's $80. Yes, and then on BBTS it's $89.99. Do the math. To me in San Francisco, I think they're going to charge me like something like $10, so it kind of works out to still be a little bit under BBTS. You do you. I'm not getting it, but if I were to. So it's one that I've been watching. Ted's getting it. And that's the beauty of having a brother who's a collector, because I can just play with his toys. Doku Moku Moku is into the NEWTA. Nice. They have been slowly rolling them out, but man, they're good. They are good. This was your canceled pre-order of 2025, right? I remember that you had to kind of do the culling. It didn't survive the culling. Hey, what's up, Alan? Good to see you, man. I hope the holidays are treating you well. Vine Jungle Figure Factory says, I love that Oni. Damn good. It's damn good. Okay, what else did we need to talk about? Let me think about the thumbnail. I should see, like, I feel like I make a bad habit of putting things on the thumbnail and then not showing it to folks, and that kind of bums me out. So let me think. What else do we need to show? Ooh, okay, let's talk customs. Wait, where is that? Oh, I'm in the wrong window over here. Over her. Let's talk customs. Marvel. MCU fans know that Doctor Doom is coming. I don't know if this is synergy or what, but NEWTAN, aka NEWTAN underscore customs underscore custom on IG. Throw that in there. Put this up. I want to say today or yesterday. He is taking orders for his custom Doctor Doom Revoltech style body with some of the most amazing soft goods for a Doctor Doom that I have seen. I think this figure looks amazing. I know some of you who are watching have liked this post because I saw you all. I know for a fact, know of some people who are already reached out to them by DM to ask how much it is. I'm not going to tell you because they do ask for you to DM them. And so I feel like that's generally a practice that's done for a reason. They don't just publish it here. So I don't feel good about sort of broadcasting it. But if you're interested and are curious, you can DM NEWTAN underscore custom. But he is taking pre-orders for this custom 112 Doctor Doom that I think just looks fantastic. The soft goods look great. As I was saying, all wired in the right places. You can get it to be as dramatic as that Revoltech style body. So the soft goods will match the pose, whatever pose you throw at them. That chain looks really great. And these bits here. And I'm a sucker for when people redesign, put their own little shine on a classic character, hence like that Xenomorph, right? I love it when Yoshi's doing stuff. These are the different heads that come with. You can kind of see Victor underneath that mask. Probably doesn't look like Tony Stark, but that's a whole other thing. But this is a dope thing. I said I wouldn't spend too much time, so there it is. Check it out. I love customizers and all the awesome stuff that they do. On the customizer tip, let's look at some other fun custom stuff that popped up on my ephemera radar this week. Low Fidelity Customs put this awesome creature out using friends of the channel's parts. Those hands are available at Josh Brown Toys. He printed those working with the sculptor. This will break down where everything's from, head and hands. The hands are actually meant to be head sculpts, are by H. Sejuro Concepts, sculpted by Giant Art. And then the head was printed by Rocket Fist Customs, and the hands were printed by Josh Brown Customs. But look at this thing, man. What a cool looking thing. I love it. And I don't know if he has new armor. I'm not sure what you mean by that. And I don't know much more than what's in the post. But I agree with you on the soft goods, man. They're sick. The arms on the Doom look like it was taken from the Revoltech cable, which it did look like that. I was wondering if it was the Ultron, but it wasn't. But I think they both look great. Let's see. So this is this figure. I just think it's a cool, creepy, weirdo dude with like the multiple stretched out zombie head, perfect for the scaphoid if you picked it up at Legion's Con. These hands look fantastic. They still remind me of a particular Kinnikuman toy I had back in the day, or muscle figure that was just basically a hand. I think it looks cool. I like funky silhouettes too. So that big tall head and the big giant hands, especially when he's scratching his ass, I think looks really good. Look at that head. It's like Swamp Thing mutated. Vecna, a little bit of Vecna. The pink, like the sheen on his face in contrast to the dry skin. Chef's kiss. Good stuff. And then, of course, UV. Gotta love it, man. So shout out to Low Fidelity Customs for this cool, freaky custom. I love it. I love it. I love it. Let's see. What else did I want to show? Oh, here. I don't think I spent enough time with this figure, and Liquid Below Zero's here because I know this is one that he's fallen in love with. It's not one that I jumped on, but this V-Toys Gravity Garden Hunter of Dragonfire. I wasn't familiar with the property. Never stops me because I just think it's a really cool looking character. I think that headpiece, the posing on this is fantastic. What you can do with it. This is out now. Like, it's been out. I don't know how easy or how hard it is to get, but I wanted to both highlight the figure and this. Is it Brickaway? It's Brickaway UK. The posing, I appreciate it. I know a lot of new content makers are doing this whole like zoom out thing, and I think some people find it cheesy. If it lands on a cool figure in a dope pose, I'm happy. So I love to see all these. Look at that foreshortening on that sword. So this figure looks great. I don't have any V-Toys. They tend to run a little bit smaller than a lot of the stuff that I got. But I think it looks cool. And like I said, I'm backed up on the ephemera, so I'm going to keep it moving. Echo. Last weekend, Rowdy Rouse and I were talking about the legendary secret swap. And during that legendary secret swap, somebody was requesting a comic book accurate Echo, and someone obliged. The someone who requested it was Dr. Destroyo, who you're looking at now. And it was actually made by Mechazinger, sorry, like Mazinger, was the creator. And I think it turned out really, really well. For those of you unfamiliar with a legendary Secret Santa swap, a bunch of Marvel Legends customizers get together. They make a list of what they would want in terms of a custom figure based on my Marvel Legends buck. And then in exchange, they agree to take somebody else's want and make a custom figure for them. It's all a secret. Figure arrives in your door. You don't even know who it's from. You post it, and then they reveal themselves. I think it's such a cool thing. We talked about it last week. But you end up with a cool figure, like a bespoke, custom, artisanal, organically grown, all of those things, locally sourced, comic book accurate Echo that I think turned out really nicely. And why they haven't done this character yet is wild to me in Marvel Legends. I don't know what it's going to take, but maybe they just don't see her as selling. But I think a comic book accurate Maya would be dope. So that's there's that. But wait, there's more Marvel Universe goodness, because in that same legendary secret swap, Quilombo 29 received this one, and it was made from the Matt Cave. Again, 2 accounts that you should definitely follow, both talented customizer. But this is GW Bridge. Yes, George Washington Bridge. But if you were fortunate or unfortunate enough to be around, let's be real, for New Mutants 100 and beyond, when it became X-Force, under the auspices of one Robert Liefeld, he created a bunch of characters in Cable's sort of world, including GW Bridge. I don't know is GW Bridge going to be in X-Men 97? Actually, let me think. Go back, way back. That he might have already been in in X-Men 97. But this is pretty damn cool. GW Bridge was one of those, like one of old Cable's homies from his old squad. They all had sort of like different cybernetic parks with like Kane and Domino. But just a cool looking figure. And I think it's a really well done GW Bridge. So yeah, I agree with you, man. There's some characters, it's like, why don't they just make it? But who knows? And yes, X-Force was extreme, Rick, but I think you missed 2 X's in that extreme spelling. It's EXXX. Extreme. GW Bridge is dope. Really turned out really, really well. Okay. I'm zooming now because I want to end at a certain time, but I also want to like talk toys. Sexy Ice. They just announced the other day that they teased their next figure in their series. We've been getting a lot of bugs. We've been getting the fighting corporation that fights these bugs, the Unkval Eliminators and whatever. And now they're going to do a sort of, very human-shaped, anthro-shaped robot, essentially. Think your, T1000, T800, yada, yada, T800 probably. But this looks fantastic. As folks have pointed out on like the Toy Migos Discord, this is very much like the 1,000 Toys. What do they call it? Something human. I forget what they're called, which is a great figure, but it runs really small. Sexy Ice also, like I have the Mantis. She's a little small. Their bigger characters are large. I don't know what size this will be, but I think Stanos says, creepy ass robot. Nice. Yeah. So I'm really looking forward to this figure. Sorry to the folks who are watching this live. I am not putting all the links in the chat, as you know, but there it is. From creepy ass robot, raise in for that creepy ass robot, to lizard people. I haven't yet spent a whole lot of time sharing cryptoids. This is the Yes Have Some, the YHS folks. What is their show called? Toy Anxiety. A couple of them are doing a toy line, and it's sort of got this cool, very 80s old school retro vibe of they've kind of it seems like it's made for a Saturday morning cartoon, where you've got these defenders of the earth against these sort of like evil forces who are destroying the environment and the planet, etc. But these forces that are, standing up for us, thank you, it are cryptoids, right? Your Mothman, your Yeti. Turns out they've been defending the earth forever and are rising up to defend the earth in the modern day. Well, this is going to be the army builder, the evil forces that they're fighting with, which are, of course, lizard people. If you're unfamiliar, it's a whole thing. Shout out to this guy. Look. Yeah. All right. So Cryptoids, check them out. Cryptoids Toys. I'm totally into what they're trying to do. I love that it's very toyetic, like a very it's definitely skews. It feels like it's skewing younger. So great sculpt still, fantastic sculptor they're working with, but maybe not the kind of thing that I would jump in on. But these designs are pretty damn cool. So I'm into this version of a Yeti. I love it. Cryptoids, the war for the green planet. Here he is unmasked. So this was cool stuff that's come up in the last couple of weeks. Here's the Mothman that was like a month ago or so that I never shared, but some cool stuff. I'll keep watching it, and shout out to those guys for doing their thing. I appreciate anybody who's trying to create something and create something new. I especially love that they're working through the lens of their very retro kind of old school 80s kind of vibe, 80s 90s, but still a little bit with kind of a modern take. So cool stuff. I dig it. Good luck to them. They're going to also be doing, these are one of the many Kickstarters that are going to be hopping up soon. Let's see, what can we end on? I think there's 3. I got like a whole pile. I'm trying to shove the ephemera down before 2026. The Frog Swordmaster. Okay, let's talk real quick. When this figure came out as a tease, I think some of these photos showed up about 2 months ago now or so. People were like, "Oh yeah, that's interesting," but it's okay. It's not quite there. A lot of us were worried about how does that neck even work? And we're getting a lot of these. I'm getting an Odious that's a Ronin. This is more of a Chinese warrior kind of thing. But we've seen these. We're getting animal warriors, etc. I think it's a cool idea. Clearly, these accessories are fantastic. They're doing their research. They're figuring out what they need to include. So I'm here for anybody trying to do something different, and I'm looking at them, and I definitely will platform it and tell people about it. But what I really appreciated was that I think the reaction was maybe not what they wanted to hear. So now they're announcing like, hey, they're upgrading the joints. Again, I don't know if that's the actual narrative. Maybe they were just unsatisfied for themselves. Either way, I appreciate a company who's going to give us something new. They're doing their own thing. And they're like, you know what? We can do better. And they are before release, right? And they're letting us know. And man, am I a sucker for this. Anytime a toy company can show us how it works underneath, so that we can make even a more informed guess. Because a lot of us are like articulation junkies and kind of want to know how this thing's going to look, how it's going to pose up. We can tell it's going to be beautiful based on your sculpt, but we don't know how it's going to move. And so I love all of this. I'm geeky that way. I love to study it, sort of understand how it works. I'm liking a lot of what I'm seeing here. I love the underframe and kind of see, okay, there's going to be a cut there and that's going to turn. All of that stuff is super fascinating to me. This neck, I have to assume, if I'm looking, I can't tell if it moves here or here, in which case maybe that's a flexible neck, or maybe it doesn't move at all, because I could also see where that's just an underframe without movement. So it didn't satisfy all my questions. Again, I think it's interesting. I think they could have pushed the design a little bit more. But Mint with card, I'll address this real quick because he said, now if the loyal subjects would improve their quality for wave 1 of mask, or maybe waves moving forward. Because yes, this, I will say, is something that I think companies of a certain size and outlook and market can make adjustments. I do think that sometimes when you get stuck in maybe some of the old existing brands and you're paying money for a license, I got to assume, I'm not making excuses for them at all, because let me just say this. I've seen the quality of those and I'm not impressed. They look pretty bad. And they didn't maybe do enough to think through how they should put something like that back on the market, right? We already know we had the Kenner ones back in the day. How is this going to be better, right? It can look the same if you want to really scratch that nostalgic itch, but it's got to be better in multiple ways, including functionality and quality of build, plastics, etc. So I'm with you. That said, I think part of the issue for them is this is like, their own thing. This is almost like they're creating it. The people who are designing this frog, like, they love this thing so much that they want to bring it to life so they can tweak it. They're going to work on it because they truly are owning it. I'm not saying that loyal subjects aren't passionate about bringing mask back, but also I think for them it's maybe a little bit more of a business decision, and they're cutting corners. But anyway, you didn't ask. I offered my feedback, but I agree with you. Those are kind of looking a little assy. Okay, let's end with some quick ephemera. No, I'll do one last thing that I will share. And this is a little bit different. This is me putting it out into the world for what I want to see in 2026. We got Brutal Realm, who's doing dope figs and taking us on trips through Yoruba culture with Ogun, their character. They're giving us a dope indigenous Native American dude in Chief Mato. They're giving us some Celtic action, right? With, I'm forgetting his name, but the red-haired dude with the dreads. All of that is awesome. I've gotten some dope figures, Neja from China, all sorts of awesome stuff from Japan. Cool. Putting out in the universe. Can I get her or characters like her, or even gods from from the Philippines? So this is from the Philippines. This is here you go. Maharlika, the feudal warrior class in ancient Tagalog society in Luzon and pre-colonial Philippines, an equivalent to the Japanese samurai. This warrior class was beheld to serve the datu, or the chief, or can be a Southeast Asian Wonder Woman. Come on now. Who's on that? People have always asked me, would you ever create figures? If I were ever to do figures, it would be this, just so that I can see it happen. I'm not saying I'm doing it, but I'm saying if I were to, this would be one of the things, if no one's going to do it. So I'm going to throw it out there. James and Jason from Brutal Realm, they've heard me. They've said, yeah, let's talk. So there's that. But man, give me her with her tattoos and her weapons and her accoutrement, like the armor or the alamat. I don't know how I would say that. Jewelry, I guess. I don't know. But yo, right there. So gimme. I am feeling like there are some things that were on today's thumbnail that I missed. So apologies if I tagged you and said I was going to show some of your stuff today. I just ran out of time. But I'll end with this from my folks in the Philippines. Ray Paz is saying, why not Loose Collector? He's from there. He's definitely from there. And yes, and he's done some great stuff. He's done some stuff straight out of our pop culture. He's done Darna, who was effectively a Southeast Asian Wonder Woman. That was a dope fig. And they tend to run a little small, so I'm selfish. I want them bigger. But you did her and Trece, and they do great figs. So I wouldn't sneeze at it, but yes. Hell yeah, dude. The Maharlika, like I've heard different things anthropologically, but anyway, LBZ, I've seen the little Philippine flag on your thing. We gotta talk, man. Yeah, right here. He's saying that is dope. I remember Maharlika being a building in the city I was born in the Philippines. That's right. So you're born there. Love it. Yeah, man. I want this figure as well as a couple of others. And let me just show you one more thing and then we'll get out of here. 2025, man. Goodbye. Good riddance. I am looking forward to 2026. There's a couple of different, which ones should I show? Let's see. I will show this. Here you go. So these are some of the gods, Tagalog deities. Tagalog, real quick history lesson. That is the main language. Well, sorry, that is one of the primary languages or the dominant language in the nation now known as the Philippines. It's an archipelago made of 7,100 islands, bunch of different dialects, a bunch of different cultures and peoples, colonized by Spain. Then the United States was there. And so there's been a lot that's happened historically. But Tagalog tends to be the dominant language. Hey, speaking of, what's up, Urban Papa? Just in time for the lesson. No. But anyways, it stands for Taga-Ilog, which is, it's a combination of the two words, Taga-Ilog, which basically means from the river, because it was close to the Pasig River, the folks that were Tagalog. Anyway, these are their gods of that one particular group of people in the Philippines. And so I'm just going to show you this art, and I will try my best to properly source the artist, because I've never seen a good artist list. But this is a dope link, by the way, and I'll make sure it's in there. It lists them all out. But man, my people's culture is rich with, I'm going to go superficial real quick because I'm getting too deep, dope looking action figures. Come on, man. Give me that old man right there. This is the head god, Batala. Right? Wizard, whatever, superpowers, control the weather, all of it, right? Dude, give me the 2-pack with the steed, with the Calabao. I'm down. Give me Mayari of the moon. That's right there. Hell yes. All white hair, right? All of these. This dude, give me Apolaki. I've seen some dope designs for Apolaki. The tattoos would be amazing. Dude, give me Gabriela Silang, that's upside down, or Lapu Lapu. I'd be down if you want to do historical figures. But like, look at this, man. Give me Bird Dude. You get the idea. These are like ripe for, this is like a corner of Eternia that we haven't, explored yet. You just need a big old laser cannon. Come on. Give me Ulilang Kaluluwa. Let's go, Cursed Dead. Anyway, you get the idea. I'm going to throw it out there because last year around this time, December 29th, I was hanging out on the Brick Something News. Go back and watch that with Leland Orkendo, Retrospect Customs. He did some of our folks' creatures, and we were talking about it, and it's come up a couple of different times here on the news as I've talked to different people. 2026, I want to see some movement. I want to see someone at least say, yeah, I'm down. I want to try and do this. So I'm with you, Ray. Mythology is absolutely fascinating. Yes. Moon Chick Mayari. Love it. Anitun Tao looks rad. What's up? I love it. And that fish, dude. Absolutely. And that's all you need. As much as I love my culture. I want folks to know about it, but it doesn't have to be that at all. Like toys are a gateway, right? The Marshall Brave Star, for those of us who looked for it, wanted to know, okay, who are the Native American indigenous people who had the power of the bear and all that stuff? And we realized, it's a fantasy or whatever, but it still exposed us to some cool shit. I'm hoping we get some awesome figures of some of these things from my people. That would be amazing. Telling you, the creatures, don't even get me started on the creatures, man. You'd be getting some cool stuff if we ever got into it. So fish dude notwithstanding. E. McDeal would be down for any and all of these. Let's go. All right, folks. Like I said, I didn't think I covered everything that was in the thumbnail, so my bad if it was some, but the ephemera piles, just like my action figure piles. I am going to end this stream now because I need to play with this, and I need to play with this. So look out for the shorts. Yeah, some people are always asking me, like, where's your reviews? And there's reviews out there. Go watch those guys. They're better at it. I'll stick with my own opinions. I just show you the stuff that I love. So if I'm showing you a short, it means I think it's good. So, and that's all I'll say about that. All right, folks. I hope everybody who's hanging out with me live and on the replay enjoys the last couple of days of 2025 and joins me in saying hello to 2026. I hope everybody has a good 2026. I hope things, get a little bit easier, and I hope we get I know we are going to be getting a continuous stream of awesome toys. Every new toy release, every new toy company, it just seems like it's getting better and better. It seems like, there's a bit of an arms race in a good way, right? I feel like we're getting more points of articulation, more point hits, amazing sculpts, completely different sources of inspiration for figures, right? New ideas. So I think 2026 is going to continue to be rad. So I hope that you continue to be rad because we need a whole lot of rad in 2026. All right, folks, that's all. Thank you very much. Happy New Year. Thank you, as always, for spending a little bit of time hanging out with me here on the Brick Something News every Sunday, 3:45 p.m. Guests are coming back next week. I would love to hang out with anybody who loves toys, who can, keep it positive and talk about the joy. Love to talk to creators about what they've got going on in 2026, all of them. So if you've got ideas, actually, for guests, please send them my way. Sometimes it gets stuck and I see the same kinds of things. If there's something I'm missing, let me know. All right, folks. Love you all. Peace, power, all of the things. Here's some music. And saying bye. Everything in the thumbnail. If I didn't, it's an hour and 42 minutes. You should now turn your attention, take about a 28-minute pee break, and go watch Geek Dad Life. Have a good night, everybody. Oh, Yimbo. Go watch Yimbo. Yeah, GDL can wait. Go watch Yimbo. Bye.